Big idea number 4 states, 3 categories of models can be used when working with fractions: area, length, and set. The objective of this lesson is I can identify and discuss whether a shown figure represents halves or not. This lesson focuses on Missouri Learning Standard 2 GMA3. For the I do portion, which should be teacher-led, show students a rectangle with lines randomly across the shape. Tell students, if I were to try and take any piece from this rectangle, I would not get the same size every time. If someone asked me if the shape was cut in half and which piece was the largest, there would be a clear answer. Tell students, I know that this shape is not cut in halves because I found one piece that is bigger than the others. The purpose of this is to help students understand that a halve is 2 equal shares. During the we do portion, give students 3 rectangles, all with halves colored in already, but in a different arrangement. Ask students whether the first rectangle shows halves or not. Students should respond by saying that it is half because all the pieces are the same size in the first rectangle. Repeat this process with the other 2 rectangles. Ask students what they notice about the rectangles. All 3 rectangles show halves, but in different ways. Tell students that in an area model, having equal sizes but different shapes is possible. This is difficult for students to understand, so it's really important that they get lots of examples of halves being shown in different ways. For the you do portion, now it's time for students to practice. They will have to determine whether figures are shown in halves or not. They should decide whether both pieces or both parts are equal, as they were shown earlier in the lesson. To assess this, you're going to be providing feedback to students throughout their work. It's ongoing assessment, okay? You want to look for students who understand that it is the size that matters, not the shape when looking for equivalency. Reinforce the concept with additional practice of everyday situations, such as baking brownies in a rectangular pan and cutting them up for everyone. SnappyMaths.com has an excellent resource which provides an interactive math activity to help students decide if 1/2 of a shape is shaded or not. In this game, children set a goal based on time to challenge themselves to recognize figures and whether or not they are half of the figure or not. Children can try to beat their personal best time while strengthening their visual half skills. To conclude, fractions are one of the most important topics students need to understand to be successful in algebra and beyond. Fractions are going to show up for the entire rest of their lives with money, with cooking, with a plethora of situations. So students really want to get a firm grasp of fractions. Thank you so much for viewing our presentation. We look forward to any feedback that you can provide us. All of these big ideas came from Teaching Student-Centered Mathematics, developmentally appropriate instruction for grades pre-K through 2.